If you're planning to use public transportation for your tour of Ireland, today's podcast is just for you. Hi, thanks so much for joining me again here on the Traveling in Ireland podcast. One of the easiest ways to save money during your Ireland vacation is to use public transportation whenever possible. Now, I outlined the multiple ways to get around Ireland back in podcast episode 134, and today I want to introduce you to the Leap card for visitors to Ireland, which can be used on select buses and train routes throughout the country. Before we jump into that, though, I want to give you a quick tip. When you're relying on public transportation in Ireland, it's important to have wireless connectivity. You can learn how to use your mobile phone in Ireland in podcast episode 138, and I highly recommend that you consider renting a mobile Wi-Fi unit from wificandy.ie. This is what I use when I and my family travel through Ireland. I love that it can connect up to 10 devices all at one time, and I have never had an issue with connectivity anywhere in the Republic. Special bonus, if you use code IFVTRAVEL, you can save 10%. So when it comes to traveling through Ireland using buses and light rail and trains, the Leap card can be a wise purchase. But that comes with a caveat, because the visitor Leap card has restrictions on it that the regular Leap card does not. So we're going to pop through kind of the benefits, the drawbacks, and what you need to keep in mind before purchasing a Leap card for your own trip. So there are 4 main benefits to using a Leap card, and this is really centered on the Dublin area. The Leap card is spectacular for visitors if you're going to be staying in and around Dublin and really exploring the city and don't want to walk everywhere. First of all, there is a cost savings. One of the major advantages of using the Leap card is the potential for discounted rates. Compared to purchasing individual tickets, Leap card fares are discounted on most public transport services, including the Dublin bus, the DART, which is the Dublin Area Rapid Transit. It's the train, basically, in the Dublin area. The Luas, which is the light rail, and some of the commuter trains that maybe go a little further outside of Dublin City. The savings can really add up, especially for visitors planning to extensively explore. The second benefit is that it's really convenient. You don't have to worry about carrying cash, searching for exact change. You just have to make sure that your card has enough money on it for you to tap it and go when you get onto your choice of transit. It's also very interchangeable. If you're in Dublin and you come in maybe on the DART from, let's say, Howth or Malahide, and then you hop on the Luas at Connolly Station and go out toward Phoenix Park, and then you decide you're going to take the bus back into the city center, all you need is that one Leap card. You don't have to get one ticket for the train, and one ticket for the Luas, and one ticket for the bus. Everything all together right there on that Leap card in Dublin City. And then finally, everything's managed online or on the Leap app. So you can top it up, you can check your balance, everything right at your fingertips when using the Leap card. Now, there are a few drawbacks of using the Leap card as well. If you're only going to be using it for a couple of days, the costs that come with obtaining it, the setup fees and everything like that, may not actually be saving you any money in the long run. So it's important to kind of look at how you plan to use the Leap card and see if those fees are going to offset any savings. They also have kind of a limited validity to them. So they don't provide access to all services in Ireland. For instance, it can't be used on private bus operators like GoBus or CityLink. And regional and long distance services may not accept Leap cards. So like a train, maybe the train from Dublin to Killarney, Dublin to Galway. you're not going to be able to use that visitor Leap card, possibly. And finally, the Leap card cannot be used for group tickets. So if you're traveling maybe with your family or friends, everybody does need to have their own individual card. You also need to check for peak hour restrictions or limitations on certain routes during busy periods. So you want to make sure that you are familiarizing yourself with the restrictions on the card so you aren't inconvenienced or taken by surprise when it is declined. Now, Ireland has multiple Leap cards. So there is obviously the Leap visitor card for tourists. There is a Leap card for students, and that's meant for the kids in Ireland who are taking the train or the bus from home to school and vice versa. There's a senior card, and then there's a regular commuter card. The Leap card can be used in various areas of Ireland, primarily in and around the major cities and with their corresponding public transportation networks. It's valid on buses, trains, darts, and trams in and around Dublin, Cork, Galway, Limerick, Waterford, Sligo, Athlone, Kilkenny, and Wexford City. Now, the thing that you need to keep in mind as a tourist to Ireland is that according to the Leap website, the visitor card is not valid for bus errand services outside the Dublin area unless it is noted elsewhere. Now, the website has a super convenient map that you can click through and take a look at, and that can help you determine if your Leap card is going to be accepted in counties outside of those cities that I mentioned. As I said earlier, private bus operators do not accept the Leap card, and you're going to find that the airport transport on GoBus and CityLink, so airport transfers, specific routes, intercity travel on those carriers will not be accepting the Leap card. The Leap card is also not accepted for hop-on, hop-off bus tours or other special tour services. Where the Leap card shines is really on local and urban transportation in and around the larger cities in Ireland. And it's important to note that the Leap visitor card is likely not going to cover as many services outside of the cities as the regular Leap card does. So of course, all of this information kind of leads to the question of, is the Leap visitor card worth purchasing? And unfortunately, that's something that only you can answer for your own trip because everybody's trip is so individual. What I will say is go take a look at the website, see if where you can use it will work with your itinerary. If you're doing more larger cities, you might find that the Leap card is going to be really helpful for your trip. But if you're going to start in Dublin, maybe you do the Leap card for a couple of days, and then the other places you want to go just aren't going to be covered. So maybe just a small Leap visitor card as opposed to a 1 week or a 2 week Leap card. Unfortunately, it's just so personalized that for me to say, yes, it's worth it or no, it's not, is kind of impossible. I wish there were a super easy answer for it. So what I will say is do your homework on that. If you visit the show notes, you're going to find links to the Leap website, the Leap visitor card on the website, and there's also a clickable map on the Leap website as well that has more information on how Leap is accepted in each county. The caveat to that is it is usually speaking about the regular Leap card and not the visitor Leap card, which has more restrictions. So if you've decided that you want to get a Leap card and that it's going to be helpful for your vacation, there are 2 ways to get it. The Leap card can be purchased online or on your arrival at Dublin Airport or in the city center. Now, if you decide to purchase it online, please note that it is a physical card Something will be mailed to you. It is not an e-ticket. So you need to allow a minimum of 2 weeks prior to your trip to order it. Now, I am going to say that I have found the online ordering to be glitchy. I've never actually been able to order a Leap card online, and I always just default and grab it at the Dublin airport if I decide I'm going to use it. Leap visitor cards are available in 1-day, 3-day, and 7-day options. They can be refilled or topped up a maximum of 5 times via the website or app, and they expire 1 year from the date of purchase. Standard Leap cards are purchased in credit values beginning with €5 and going up to €125. If you want more information on where to buy those in Dublin, visit the show notes and grab the link to the Leap website. If you enjoyed this podcast, if you found it helpful, I would really appreciate a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you can't leave a review on your podcast app, I would be so thankful if you would visit the Ireland Family Vacations Facebook page and leave a review there. Or if you're on Instagram and you're listening on your mobile device, go ahead and snap a screenshot, pop it into your Instagram stories, tag me at Ireland Family Vacations, and say something nice. I really appreciate it. If you have questions or comments, you can email me, Jody, Jody, at IrelandFamilyVacations.com. And as always, thank you so much for listening. Until next time, Slán go fóill.